Good night, my dears, and welcome to The Telltale Heart, a bedtime story about madness and method, or how to spoil a really good job. Tonight's cast are the old man, who's really quite nice, but has this blue vulture eye, clearly visible here, which is covered by a whitish film, which really freaks out the nameless narrator. I'm not mad, so he sees himself forced to an extreme measure. This is not about money, right? I loved the old man, but this eye. A time came when I couldn't take it anymore, and well, we were always alone in the house at night, and to make this absolutely clear, I am not mad, because could a madman have behaved as cunningly as I did? During the day, I encountered him with the finest courtesy. How are you? How have you been sleeping? What? And at night I took a lantern and sneaked into his room where he lay sleeping, and I released an ever so tiny beam from the lantern and shone it into his face, but the evil eye was always closed, and then, after 1 week, the time had come. I sneaked into his room ever so slowly, released the beam, and the eye was open. Who's there? And with a mad cry, I jumped at him. I wrestled him to the floor and smothered him with his bed. The sanest measure then was obviously to dismember him and hide the limbs under the boards of his bedroom. And I had hardly done that deed when there was a knock at the door and 3 policemen stepped in. Hello, the neighbors called us. They heard screaming. Funny, I didn't hear anything. I'm alone. The old man is in the country. The money's still there. Why don't you check everything carefully, especially the bedroom? Have a good look around. So they search everything and find nothing, and then they sit down and have a beer with the guy and chat away when the narrator starts to hear a ringing in his ears, which turns into a beat, and he thinks, what's this? I'll talk a little louder so you don't hear this. What would we hear? Well, this drives me crazy. I'm telling you, are you pulling my leg? You've got to hear this too. This can't be. What are we to hear? The beating of his heart. Here he lies under the boards. What? You're arrested. And so the not at all mad perpetrator condemns himself and spoils a nearly perfect crime. And this, dear congregation, was The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. Vielen Dank.